You and I, we are chisel and hammer. I'm not a dad. I am chisel. Dudes in the room, you are hammers. In the hands of the Lord to bring about the design of God for your son and for your daughter. I understand in a room this size that there will be those in the room who are divorced, who are single parents. The stories are diverse. Nonetheless, God is a good father, and he's an excellent husband, and he will step in. And he actually, not sure how he does it, it's the only one I think that can swing this way. He's an excellent mother. He's an excellent nurturer. God made male and female. He has a masculine heart and he has a feminine heart. He put the masculine heart in men, he put a feminine heart in women. And I don't know how he does it, but when we grow up in brokenness, he steps in and does what he needs to do. So we're without excuse, Romans 1 says. We're without excuse to know who he is, to know his nature, to know his kindness. Okay? So our job is to partner with God in becoming who we need to be for them to become who they need to be. Dads are a hammer. They're strength. Your sons need to come up against the strength of God in a man. They also need to come up against the tenderness of God in a man. They need both. And if you weren't given a tool on how to be tender as a man, get one. If all you knew was angry dad, if all you knew is frustrated dad, if all you knew is harsh dad, and that's not working, get some more tools in your tool belt. But the strength in you is from God, and it's valid and it's needed. It may need some refining. It might need your own tail busted by God himself so it works itself out before it gets to your kids, but it's in there for a reason, and your kids need it. Your sons need to come up against the strength of your husband, women. We are the chisel. We are the refiners. We're the detail. We're the polishers. We see the little stuff. We're the nurturers. But there is also strength in woman. And they need both. And women, if all you know how to do is nurture, and you don't know how to hold your ground and say, I'm worthy of your honor, I'm worthy of your respect, you will not run over me, I will not be manipulated by you, get some tools. Because your sons are excellent at learning how to woo mommy right into her own early grave. You know it? Your sons and your daughters need both hammer and chisel. Moms, stop trying to make your husbands you. Don't correct your husband in front of your children. If you disagree with your husband, let God the Father take his hammer to your husband. You just get out of the way. Just get out of the way. Let God use him to bring whatever he needs to bring to your child. And if he's in error, I promise you God can handle it. Women, we can't just check out. Let dad do it. And we can't try to do it all and say, don't need your strength. They need both. They need both. Let me take you to Proverbs for just a minute, and then I want to take you to a dream the Lord gave me. Proverbs 3:11, my child, when the Lord speaks to you, never take his words lightly and never be upset when he corrects you. Proverbs 13:24, where are you? Here we are. If you withhold correction and punishment, the word there better translated is discipline. If you withhold correction and discipline from your children, you demonstrate a lack of true love. So prove your love and be prompt to discipline them. Listen, there are days you're going to be worn out with it. It's easier to just let them whatever. But your The evidence that they belong to someone is that you are actively disciplining, right? When you're at a party and the children are running loose, the parents are all like, whose kid is that? Why is no one telling that kid to stop spitting on the birthday cake, right? It's because they look like an orphan, because they're not being disciplined, right? They need you to step in. Your kids need and crave boundaries. When you leave them fatherless and motherless, you communicate to them, you're not valuable enough for me to correct you. You're not worth my time. You're too hard. You're too difficult. I'm powerless. I don't know what I'm doing. God clearly must have made a mayhem of a mistake down here because we're not getting anything accomplished. God's word is true, it's alive, it's active, and you are not powerless and you are not helpless. You are not an orphan and they are not an orphan. And your discipline is evidence that they belong to someone.